What's going on, everyone? Ollelito back here with a brand new video on the channel. As you guys know, if you are an OG and has been watching the previous videos, I did a video where I basically put the best players in each position on FC 25. But then there were so many good players coming out. I was like, and I saw the comments. It was like around like 80 comments, I think, saying, oh, he probably recorded this before Saudi. Yes, I did. And then after, when I came back from Saudi, I don't know how many players got released. There were so many good players that were so much better alternatives than the ones that I had before. So I was like, I need to do a new video. So in today's video, I will be doing the best players and the final kind of video for FC 25 with the best players in this one. So let's just jump into today's video. But before we jump into it, don't forget to subscribe and like. I would appreciate that a lot. Let's go. So we're starting off with keepers then. I'm going to do 3 to 4 alternatives per position, and we will build this formation, or basically build the players or put the players into a 4-4-1-1 formation. Goalkeepers, I think, is super personal. I think Ibrahim Konate, for me, is the best goalkeeper in this year's game. We have Courtois, we have Van der Sar, we have Buffon, we have Alisson, we have a few more options, but it's just personal opinion with goalkeepers. But I think there are some certain criteria you need to look at when you're looking at goalkeepers. First of all, they need to be tall. Konate in this case is, I think, 6'4". Yes, he is. Courtois, 6'7", which is super tall, which is really rate. Van der Sar 6'6" and Buffon 6'4". But look at the playstyles. I guess all of these keepers have all the playstyles, but if they manage to have the far reach and the footwork in gold, I think these will be superior, because the low-driven shot, the goalkeepers, if they have footwork in gold, will save more of these kind of low-driven shots against players that managers have the low-driven playstyle in gold or silver. So that's why I think Ibrahim Konate is the best one, because he's one of the few keepers that actually manages to have footwork and far reach. So that's why he is my #1 choice. Also Vicario, pretty decent goalkeeper, but for me, Ibrahim Konate takes up that first spot, with Courtois, Van der Sar and Buffon just slightly behind. For the right back position then, we will look towards 3 right back options. I think Lucio, I've been playing with, so I know how good Lucio is. I absolutely loved him when I was playing with him. He has everything. He has some really good passing playstyles, some really good defensive playstyles. The players that came out after though was this new footy Stones, and he looks super good. I think he can be a great right back, also a great center back overall, but he's lacking a few defensive playstyles, so that's why I think I would rather play him as a right back than, to be honest. So this Stones looks absolutely unbelievable and is definitely a right back. I think will be one of the better ones on the game. Carlos Alberto also played with. I thought he was really solid, but I still think for me, Lucio takes up that right back spot. I think he was simply amazing when I was practicing with him before Saudi Arabia, and yeah, he was amazing down there as well when I was playing with him. So jumping into center backs then, and here you have loads of different options. We're starting off with Virgil van Dijk 99. I'm going to put him straight into the team. He, in my opinion, is the best center back in this year's game. I mean, we don't need to look at stats, we don't need to look at playstyles, even though I will. I mean, he's on another dimension, another world compared to all the other center backs in this year's game. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill boost, 6'4". He has everything you're looking for. Taden came out afterwards, of course. Haven't seen his card actually. 5-star, 5-star with 94 pace and 99 defending. All the defensive playstyles, obviously. Unfortunately, not blocking gold, which I really like to have, especially inside the box when the gameplay is a bit poor and you don't really control the center backs. The block will obviously help you sometimes actually by not conceding goals. Bastoni, also footies, came out after Saudi Arabia for me. Basically the same thing with him, all the defensive playstyles, and I think most of defenders now that basically got released 1 or 2 weeks ago manages to have all the defensive playstyles, which makes sense because of how late we are into the game cycle right now. The 4th option will be Heisen, now playing for Real Madrid, of course. Tried to do an EVA on him very early this year, was a really decent card. Intercept, anticipate, pinged, and aerial, blocking silver as well. Overall, really decent card, and yeah, he looks simply unbelievable. Really decent player. But then I think the best one will be Laurent Blanc, basically because, as I said before, block, intercept, and anticipate, the 3 most important defensive playstyles with aerial as well. And as you see there at the top left, FC Pro World Champion icons. This was Manuel Bachore's choice. That's why I think I would also put him to the team. Blanc and Van Dijk, to me, will be the best center back duo in this year's game by choice, but also Heisen, Bastoni, and Ta will be a bit slightly behind them. Left back spot, guys. I mean, I don't really think you have a lot of options. I think Nuno Mendes, when I checked that Footbin and all these kind of other applications as well, he's by far the best left back on the game. I mean, if you want to build the best team, you need to have Nuno Mendes 99 into this team. All defensive playstyles, ping pass as well from the wing into the middle, fantastic. Also, obviously, a quick step, which is nice, catching up to defenders, obviously, and then, I mean, 99 pace, 95 defending, 97 dribbling, I mean, fantastic. Also, managed to just have the low driven in white, which is actually a great benefit if you try to attack down the left-hand side a lot as well. Roberto Carlos, also decent left back back. I think there are definitely better options, but Roberto Carlos probably takes that second spot. But I mean, I think the left back spot is probably the most clear one to me. I don't think there's anyone that's ever close to Nuno Mendes, which or with how good he is. So Nuno Mendes, by far best left back on the game. Okay, jumping into CMs then, I think this might be the hardest position. This is probably the position with the most players that are really, really good down that midfield. We have one obvious though. Rod Gullit will always be in my team no matter what. Some really, really good stats. Unfortunately, he doesn't have intercepting gold, but overall a really, really good attacking midfielder as a CM then. Tiki-taka gold, ping gold, incisive gold, finesse gold, but also aerial gold. Fantastic card. And yes, I probably have forgotten someone. We have Pirlo in here, we have Bonmati, we have Cantona, we have Patrick Guyarro, we have the Vitinha that I spoke about in previous video that Manu used. We have so many good midfielders now. So this is just personal preference. I would probably go for someone a bit more defensive. I think this Pirlo is going to be fantastic. I haven't played with this Pirlo, but he has the 4 most important passing playstyles, but also intercepting gold, which is definitely going to make him a bit better defensively than Gullit, because playstyles, most important thing in the game. Gullit has a bit more body to him, and that's why I like having kind of the combination between having someone that's a bit more lean in terms of body type, which Pirlo is, and then you have Gullit, who is a bit more stronger, more powerhouse, more bulldozer in that midfield, if that makes sense. So Pirlo and Gullit will be my midfielders, but then also Bonmati, I mean, could come in handy, of course, really, really good. Cantona really good, Patrick Guyarro really good, and then probably like 50 other CMs as well. But Pirlo and Gullit for me will be the best center mid duo right now. Left mid, I think you have 2 options. Yes, you might scream Lamine Yamal should be in there, but he can't play left mid. And this is the thing, when I play a 4-4-1-1 formation, my favorite formation in this year's game, I won't be able to play with left wing and right wingers, fortunately. So number 1 for me will be Rafinha. I played with him in Saudi Arabia, where I actually managed to finish top 64 in the Last Chance qualifier, which was a decent achievement. I thought Rafinha was amazing. He has everything you want. Also, that Trivela is definitely helping. I think for me at least, having a left-footed player on the left-hand side and a right-footed player on the right-hand side is essential for the Trivela. Yeah, that's why I think Rafinha is the best left mid in this year's game, with Ginola slightly behind. Ginola though, I also played him as a cam and as a striker, also left mid, and he was fantastic there as well, but unfortunately he doesn't really get the chance to be put into the team. But yeah, he's the second alternative for the left-hand side for sure. Yes, going into the cam position then, you have some alternatives. Again, Ginola might be put into the team, though I think this Dembele, judging by his stats, is, I mean, I don't think I can go against him. Finesse low driven, incisive, technical and rapid, looks absolutely unbelievable. Can play on the right hand side as well. Unfortunately, he's left footed though, so we want a right footed player on the right, but Dembele I think is going to start. We have Ginola slightly behind him. We have Bonmati as well, who could be a great cam, I think. Messi, who unfortunately lacks the incisive in goal, that's why he is probably not going to be put into the team, but I wanted to have him on the list still. But then also this Pelia, who unfortunately doesn't have incisive in gold either, but still needs to be on the list. And also for the left hand side, I forgot, Eusebio is going to be the third alternative. I played with him a bit in Saudi as well, and he was amazing down the left hand side as well. But also be playing as a cam actually, that Eusebio is a great fit. But yeah, Dembele and these 3 alternatives or 4 alternatives. I mean, if you guys notice that I missed someone, let me know that in the comments as well, because there are so many different alternatives now with how late we are into the game basically. So, right hand side, we have first of all Caroline Graham Hansen, who I played with. I absolutely love to play with her, so I need to put her into the team actually. As I said though before, I won't have a right-footed player on the right hand side, so I'm not going to put any left-footed players, because I know there are a few ones like Cole Palmer, for example, who could play on the right, but I want to have right-footed players on the right hand side, so that's why I'm leaning towards these. We have Chloe Kelly. Pressure? What pressure? The first time was so nice, we had to do it twice. Anyway, finesse, pinged, whipped, technical, rapid, fantastic card, 99 pace and 99 dribbling. Looks absolutely unreal, Chloe Kelly. And it just depends. I mean, she could probably start over Hansen, but Hansen, in my opinion, has a low driven, and low driven is a better playstyle to have than finesse inside the box, in my opinion. Then we have Lauren James as well, who also manages to have finesse. Very, very identical card towards Chloe Kelly. And I would actually put Lauren James over Chloe Kelly in general, because Lauren James is a bit more physical. She has that kind of thick body type in game, which makes her simply unbelievable. But Graham Hansen will be my alternative for the right hand side, with Kelly and Lauren James just behind. Yes, I was saying that the midfield was probably the hardest with the CMs, but strikers, man, I think it actually takes the spot. First of all, we have R9. I mean, yeah, finesse, low driven, technical, rapid, and press proven. Obviously, really good card. I've been playing with this Mbappé. I played with him down in Saudi, so I need to put him into the team. I mean, he has everything you're looking for, except that he doesn't have finesse in gold, which, I mean, if he had finesse instead of chip shot, it would have been by far the best striker in the game. Later on, we have Ginola, who manages to have finesse, low driven, and incisive, but it's just something with Mbappé this year. I don't know, he's just something with his body type. He is basically having 130 pace into the game, which everyone else is just staying at 99. Ginola again, though, is basically in the conversation because he's so good. But he is really, really good in the left-hand side cam striker, but he's not good enough to take that kind of starting position. Cruyff, same here. Unfortunately, no incisive goal, though. Finesse, low-driven, tiki-taka, first touch, rapid. We didn't really have the opportunity to play with him. CR7 as well, with finesse, low-driven, chip shot, rapid, and aerial. Griezmann as well. Didn't really have the opportunity to play with him, but he has finesse shot, low-driven, ping, tiki-taka, and first touch. And also this Bale is also new. Haven't really seen his card before. With finesse, low-driven, no incisive at all, but also technical, rapid, and acrobatic. And this 99 R9, I mean, amazing card, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately lacking a bit of power posing playstyles. And I think in this game, you need to at least have incisive silver on your strikers to be able to play this game. As we saw by Manu Bachori, for example, he was playing the 4-4-1-1 and he had Messi and Harry Kane as striker in cam only because these two had incisive and gold. And he became world champion because of through balls, basically, and how good he is in general with everything else. But in general, this is the best 11, in my opinion, right now. When you see the other alternatives that I already put, I thought it was a really, really good idea to also put some other alternatives instead of just taking out the best 11. If you guys felt like I missed someone, I mean, I guess you guys are screaming at me that I missed someone, because I always do. But this was the team for me. Let me know down in the comments, guys, whatever your team would be, if there was some obvious choices that I missed. But for me, this is the grand finale of the best team in this year's game. 98 rated with loads of 99 rated cards and some really, really good players. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As I said, let me know down in the comments if I missed someone. And don't forget to subscribe. I would appreciate that a lot. I can't wait for SC26. I'm so hyped, guys. See you soon. Peace.